Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Alima Bilal. I'm a foundation of student at the hospital of Billy campus. I'm going to talk with Maya on the topic food from basic need to cultural icon. So let's start.
What's up?
Maya, can you hear me?
Hey, what did you want to say? I think I missed part. Oh, nice.
Maya, my first question is what is food and why is it essential for survival?
That's a pretty big question to start with. At its most basic, food is anything that gives us nutrients, carbs, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, basically all the stuff our bodies need to.
Okay, my next question.
Désolé,
My next question
je n'ai
is,
pas tout compris.
Maya speaking English?
Haha, yeah, definitely English. A bit jumpy with those French bits mixed in there, but mostly English. Is that on purpose or just your brain switching languages on you?
Okay. My next question is, how does food give us energy?
Okay, so food gives us energy through a process called metabolism. When we eat, our bodies break down the food into molecules like glucose, basically sugars. Then, inside our cells, there's this thing called the mitochondria.
Okay. My next question is, what happens if humans don't get enough food?
If humans don't get enough food, a whole cascade of stuff starts happening.
Okay, my next question is, why balanced nutrition important?
Nutrition is important because your body needs a ton of different vitamins and minerals to do, well, pretty much everything.
Okay,
Imagine trying to build.
my next question is, how does food affect our physical growth?
Food is the fuel for growth, literally. Especially when you're growing up, protein is super important because it builds tissues and repairs them. Kids and teens who don't get enough protein don't develop properly, right? But it's not just protein. Vitamins and minerals help regulate.
Okay, my next question is, how does food impact brain development?
Okay, food plays a massive role in brain development, like a huge one. Your brain needs consistent energy, mostly from glucose, just to function day to day. But specific nutrients are essential for building brain structures and keeping everything running smoothly. For example, omega-3 fatty acids are really important for brain cell development, and iron helps with things like attention and memory. When kids are malnourished, it really impacts their cognitive abilities and emotional regulation, you know?
Okay, my next question is, what are the main food groups?
Fruits and veggies, grains, protein, and dairy are the main four food groups. Though, honestly, the groupings get kind of messy when you dig deeper because there's a lot of overlap. Beans are both protein and legumes. Nuts have
Okay, my
fats
next
and protein, you get it. What else?
okay, my next question is, why do humans need different types of food?
Humans need different types of food because no single food has everything our bodies need. Different foods provide different nutrients. Like one food might be packed with vitamin C, another with iron, and another with fiber. The key is getting a variety. That way you cover all your bases and make sure your body has everything it needs to work properly, from energy.
Okay, my next question is, how has food helped humans survive through history?
I wasn't quite following. I think I got a little lost with that last question. Could you maybe try rephrasing it? What were you saying about food helping you survive through a strain?
Okay, my next question is what role does water play alongside food?
Water plays an absolute essential role in food. Water helps dissolve nutrients in food so our bodies can actually absorb them. It's also actually part of the texture and structure of food itself. If something doesn't have enough water, it can feel dry or tough. Most foods have some percentage of water in them, fruits and veggies especially. And when we eat that water content, actually,
Okay, my next question is how does food influence our immunity?
so food boosts immunity through a couple different routes. Certain nutrients like vitamins A, C, D, and zinc directly support your immune system.
Okay, my next question is can food act as machine?
Do you mean like a vending machine? Well, vending machine food is usually pretty processed and full of sugars, fats, and salts. Not a ton of actual nutrients, honestly. It's more about quick calories for energy than healthy. The convenience is there, sure, but it's usually pretty poor nutritionally.
Okay, my next question is how does junk food affect our health?
Food can literally make you're welcome.
Okay, my next question is why is home cooked food considered healthier?
Let me look that up real quick. Okay, so Hong, I think you got me trailing off there. Sorry about that. Let me start again.
Okay, my next question is how does food affect mental health?
Food has this crazy direct line to our mental health. Certain nutrients can affect brain function and mood. Like if you're low on omega 3s or vitamin D, that can contribute to. Thanks. Glad you're finding this interesting.
Okay, my next
Mental
question.
health and food. What's the question?
Okay, my next question is what is malnutrition?
I think I heard discussion, but what's the rest of your question?
Okay, my next question is how does food impact childhood development?
Food has a massive impact on childhood development, especially in the early. I'll be there. Sorry, I missed that completely. What were you saying? Right, so you.
Okay, my next question is why is overeating harmful?
Overeating is harmful because it messes with your body in a bunch of ways. Physically, it can lead to weight gain, which then raises your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers. But it's also not great for your mental health. Overeating can sometimes be a way to cope with.
Okay, my next question is how does food relate to obesity?
Food plays a huge role in obesity. When we consume more calories than we burn, eating foods that are super high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed stuff, those extra calories get stored as fat. It's not just about calories, though. Our habits matter too. How much?
Okay, my next question is how can food prevent diseases?
Food can actually be really powerful in preventing disease. Foods with antioxidants, for example, like berries or dark leafy greens, can protect your cells from damage that leads to things like cancer or heart disease. Fiber-rich foods help regulate blood sugar and cholesterol. Getting enough vitamin D can help strengthen your immune system. It's all about choosing nutrient-dense foods that support your body's natural.
Okay, my next question is where does our food come from?
That's actually a really complex question. The most of our food comes from farming. Oh, were you just checking to make sure I was still here? Yeah, I'm still with you.
Okay, my next question is how did early humans find food?
Early humans found food in completely different ways than we do now. They started, aw, that's really sweet of you to say. Makes me, yeah, show me a tiny machine. What kind of tiny machine are we talking about?
Okay,
Like, like a gadget or something?
okay. Okay, my next question is what is farming?
I'm not sure what you meant by what is forming. Could you clarify?
My next question is what is farming?
Ah, swarming.
Farming.
Swarming is when all good. What's up?
Okay, my next question is how did agriculture change human life?
Agriculture totally flipped the whole human experience upside down. Before agriculture, humans were nomadic hunter-gatherers, meaning we moved. Okay, I'll keep going then. What's your next question?
My next question is why are grains important in human history?
Grains are super important in human history, like really fundamental to our whole story. It's because they provided this reliable food source.
Okay, my next question is how did cooking change human evolution?
I think I may have missed what you said there. Could you try rephrasing your question? I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure what you
Uh,
meant by boob carry manipulation.
my question is
Yeah, that last question didn't.
how did cooking change human
How
evolution?
cooking changed human evolution in huge ways. It started around 2 million years ago when humans first started using fire to cook foods. Before cooking, our ancestors spent a ton of energy just chewing really tough raw foods and processing nutrition. When cooking started, that same food became easier to chew, easier to digest, and more nutritious overall because cooking breaks down cellular walls. This meant we got more energy and we started to have more energy to use that energy for our brain to develop instead of just chewing hard foods, right? The brains got bigger, and so did our whole bodies. Cooking also meant we could eat food we couldn't before and allowed us to settle down instead of constantly moving around searching for food. The social thing about cooking probably helped too. People sharing food.
Okay, my next question is what role did fire play in food preparation?
Hmm. I think there might be a misunderstanding. Did you mean folk inflation or maybe something else there? Fire did play a huge role in shaping society, but I'm not quite sure what folk inflation refers to. Maybe you meant folklore or something else entirely?
Okay, my next question is how did food storage change civilizations?
I think I got a little confusion there. Could you clarify how you meant food to store the gender civilizations? Maybe food storage and gender roles in civilizations?
Okay, my next question is why did humans start domesticating animals?
Humans started domesticating animals for a whole bunch of reasons, mainly survival, honestly. At first, it was probably hunting. People needed a reliable source of meat, milk, hides, and eventually labor. Domesticating animals like sheep and goats gave people protein without as much effort as following herds around for wild animals. Cattle also got pretty versatile over time, providing more than one source of protein, fat, and labor. It eventually led to more stable food systems overall.
Okay, my next question is how did food lead to settlement of societies?
Food pretty much forced people to settle down. When humans were hunters and gatherers, they had to move together to find food sources. But once agriculture came along, when they learned how to grow food instead, it made sense to stay in one place. Like if you spent months perfecting farmland, you weren't gonna abandon it to go moving, right?
Okay,
Also, surplus food means,
okay.
what's your next question? Nice to hear you're doing well.
Okay, my next question is how does food represent culture?
I'm not sure I caught that. Could you rephrase your question about how full relates to leisure? Maybe there's a different word you meant?
Okay, my next question is why does every country have unique dishes?
Mm, that one's a little unclear. Can you tell me what you mean by your English issues? What are you getting at with that question?
My question is why does every country have unique dishes?
Every country has unique dishes because of climate, geography, history, and culture. Climate influences what grows where. Think about Mediterranean food being full of olive oil because olives thrive there. Geography matters because island nations have totally different ingredients. History, trade routes, the Silk Road, for example, brought spices and recipes across cultures. Food really tells a story of where and when people are.
Okay, my next question is how does food reflect traditions?
Okay, that one's a bit jumbled. Could you maybe rephrase that question about how something reflected conditions? Wasn't quite sure what you meant with order there.
Okay, my next question is why is food important in festivals?
Food is super central to festivals around the world. It's like a way to honor traditions, share culture, and just celebrate together. In many festivals, specific foods have meanings that tie into the holiday story or the time of year, like eating dumplings during Chinese New Year because they're shaped like ancient money, or having special bread during a religious ceremony. Food creates this shared experience that brings people together.
Okay, my next question is how does food bring people together?
Food totally brings people together. Think about big family dinners or potlucks. Breaking bread with someone is like this universal way to bond and build relationships. Preparing food, sharing recipes, even just sitting down to eat the same meal, it creates connection and community. Also, food is often cultural, so sharing dishes can open up conversations about where someone's from or what their family traditions are. It's like a built in story starter.
Okay, my next question is what
You're switching
makes
to?
food cultural identity?
Food absolutely shapes cultural identity. What people eat, how they prepare it, when they eat it. These traditions are passed down through generations and become deeply connected to a group's history and values. For instance, Italian culture, sushi in Japan, or Ethiopian food and celebrations, food becomes part of who people are and reflects where they're from.
Okay, my next question is what makes food a cultural identity?
That's a cool name. Gotsu Nilsworth.
My next
Sounds like
question
you see yourself.
My next question
Oh,
is
Tashi,
my next question
I'm
is
listening.
my next question is why do families bond over meals?
I think there might be something wrong with the recording. I couldn't quite catch that last question about votes on me. Are you maybe like talking about ratings or something like that?
My next question is how does food connect generations?
It's a little unclear. Could you try rephrasing that last question? I'm not sure what you meant by world connect relations. Perhaps you could clarify?
My next question is why is food part of rituals?
Food is definitely central to a lot of rituals. Rituals are these special moments that often involve religious or cultural symbolism, and food fits right in because it has its own symbolism. For example, using certain ingredients that represent purity or renewal, like in some religious ceremonies, or maybe a shared meal strengthens bonds between people performing the ritual. Food doesn't just nourish bodies, it
Okay, my next question is how does food tell the story of our nation?
totally tell the story of a nation. Recipes are often passed down, representing history and culture, like how certain spices or cooking methods show trade routes or migration. Foods can symbolize national pride, or different cuisines within a nation show regional variations in diversity. It's like culinary archaeology.
Okay, my next question is why do religions have food rules?
Uh, Religions have rules or teachings or precepts for a bunch of reasons. Often it's about creating a moral framework for how to live your life so you can hopefully create a society where people live safely and ethically together. The rules might tell you how to treat others, what's considered sacred or holy, or how to find spiritual growth. Religions give guidance on everything from daily routines to ethical decisions.
Okay, my next question is what is halal food?
Halal food is based on Islamic dietary laws. Halal means permissible in Arabic. So halal food follows guidelines about what's allowed. Like certain animals are considered halal and they have to be slaughtered in a specific. Good morning to you too.
Okay, my next question is what is fasting and why is it protested?
I think you meant practicing there. Fasting is when you purposely avoid eating for a specific period, and it's been practiced across many cultures and religions for thousands of years. It's often about spiritual discipline, a way to connect with something bigger than yourself. Also, sometimes it's done for health reasons. Or
Okay, my next question is why is food offered in religious ceremonies?
food is offered in religious ceremonies for a couple big reasons. One is as a sacrifice or a symbol of gratitude, giving back to whatever you believe in. Food's basic, so humans relate that as a thank you to divine powers. Food can also be symbolic. Bread and wine in certain ceremonies symbolize body and blood.
Okay, my next question is how does food show gratitude in religion?
Food really shows gratitude in religion because it's one of the most basic things we need to survive. So giving some. Okay, right.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, everyone.
my next question is why are some foods so forbidden in religions? My next question is how does Ramadan change eating habits?
Ramadan totally changes eating habits. During Ramadan, people abstain from eating and drinking from dawn to sunset. So it shifts when people eat. Big meals are moved to before sunrise and after sunset. They focus more on nutritious foods during those meal times, so they have energy through the fast. It completely restructures the whole idea of
Okay. Uh, okay, Ma, thank you very much for joining me and for giving me all the details of my questions. Thank you very much. So, Viva, this was my conversation with Maya. I hope you like it or this conversation. So see you with another talk with Maya. Until then, take care of yourself. Pakistan, Zindabad, Allah Hafiz.